By implication, God is not a killer.
Never.
Okay.
Put God first in everything you do. I know that so many people have lost their faith. But please, put God first. Let me tell you one thing. There is one video I'm trying for us to analyze, to look into it. And I believe it will teach us so much about God. See, there are some verses that when you read them, you begin to interpret it in your own understanding. But try to apply the law of pretext and protest, which will enhance you, to help you to make you understand what the message the scripture is trying to pass to you. You know, somebody was asking a man of God, said, God said he giveth and he taketh. So he interpreted it in a very perfect way. So please, if you think that his own interpretation wasn't sufficient enough, you are free to drop your comment. You are free to write, to like, to share. And when you drop your comment, you are free to share it, to pass this message across, for people to believe, to put God first in everything they do, to respect God, to value God, to have value for humanity, to come back to God. Because there are some verses that when you read them, you need to go back a little bit to read more, so that you, after reading it, that same verse, you will go a little bit front. Because the man said, Moses said, God is looking for a way to kill him. It's just Moses' thought, and it was written in the scripture. So tomorrow you begin to say, how can God be looking for a way to kill Moses when God is the one who created Moses? So please, I just want us to pay attention. Listen to this message attentively. Watch it to the end. Drop your comment, share it, like it. Then whatever you said, we'll bring it up the next time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the exposition.
Bless you.
Please, I have this question.
Okay.
You said that devil is a killer.
Yes.
And by implication, God is not a killer.
Never.
Okay. There's a portion of the scripture where I read.
Yes.
And God addressed himself as a killer.
I kill it and make it alive.
Yes. So how do you balance it?
No, there's no balance. It's balanced.
It's balanced. Okay. So now,
what you're asking is, how do we explain it?
Is there a different rendition?
No, what you're asking me is, how do we explain that verse?
Yes.
In the light of God doesn't kill.
Yes.
Abi?
Because
So
there are various cases.
I'm coming. So when you read that verse very well, applying the rule of pretext and post-text, it's First Samuel, right?
No, Deuteronomy.
Yes. So let's start from Deuteronomy. Read 2 verses before that and 2 verses after.
Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 32, 37 following.
Okay. 32, 37. Go ahead.
My emphasis is on 39.
Okay, so start from 37, 38, 39, 40.
Okay. He will say, where are their gods, the rock in which they sought refuge?
Yes.
Who ate the fat
Next
of their
one.
sacrifices?
Yes.
And drank the wine of their drink offering?
Yes.
Let them rise and help you, and be your refuge.
Yes.
39.
Yes.
Now see that I, even I, am he.
Yes.
And there is no God beside me.
Yes.
I kill.
Yes.
And I make alive.
Yes.
I wound.
Yes.
And I heal.
Yes.
Nor is there anyone
Yes.
who can deliver from my hand.
Yes.
Verse 40. For I raise my hand to heaven.
Yes.
And say, as I live forever.
I live forever. So now this is how to explain it. Remember, Jesus said in Luke 24, 27. Put it up. Luke 24, 27. You must understand the Christology of scripture. I'm beginning at Moses. Moses includes Deuteronomy and all the prophets, he expounded unto them in all the scriptures the things concerning himself. I kill it, I make it alive. Is God saying, I will kill my son and I will raise him up on the third day? Is the prophecy of Christ in Deuteronomy. And it was repeated by Anna in Samuel. I kill it and make it alive. I wound and I heal. He was wounded for our transgressions, bruised for our iniquities. By his stripes you are healed. It's not talking of killing people. It's a prophecy of Christ carried in the scriptures. What about
that God killed, who emitted on the ground?
No, it's not God. In the Bible, when you see God or Lord, they were used for different things. Idols were called gods. Judges were called gods. Angels were called gods. Judges were called lords. So when you read and you see God, you need to look at the entire context to know who he is talking about. For example, Moses said God was looking for how to kill him. Exodus 4:24. And it came to pass by the way in the inn that the Lord met him and sought to kill him. How can God want to kill and is looking for how to kill? Are you understanding? So they were also assumptions. This is an assumption. Moses' assumption. In Genesis 18, Moses also wrote that God said, let me go down to Sodom and see whether they will obey God. If it's